been inspired to work in my 6/6 journal in the art side, the art journal side, doing a lot of collage. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen several sneak peeks of some collage pieces. So I thought I'd show you today how I pull those together, because I think it looks a little bit harder than it really is. So to get started, you're going to need a few things, just basic things, nothing really special. I use some Scotch tape. This helps me hold some pieces together if I need them. And you're going to need scissors. A small pair and a large pair are probably the best thing you can use. And then a glue stick. And that's pretty much it once you find your image. But just to get the basics going, this is what you're going to need. So let's get started, and I'll show you. This is the image, one of the images that's up on my Instagram feed. And this was an oil of Olay bottle, which is right here. It started out as that. And that gave me the idea to move forward. So let me show you some of the elements that I use on a regular basis. I find collage sheets to be really helpful. And in my last video, you saw where I had my little collage, let me get this here, my little collage kit that I keep everything in. So I had my faces and my legs, arms, and borders. And I still keep everything in here, and miscellaneous. And this is what I pull from. So how these start, these collage sheets, come like this. And I'll put a link to the place where I got these, Crowbout Studio B. I really like her collage sheets because they have a lot of elements on them. And so I have several here in front of me, and I thought I'd show you pieces that might have come from here. So what I do when I get my collage sheets at night, while my husband's watching TV and I'm just sitting there, I cut out all the elements and then divide them up into the categories that I showed you here. And I mix up my kits. This one happens to be Heart Song. Then I have another one called Where the Light Is. I believe I have 3 kits, and they're all mixed up in these bags. And I like that because then I can just pull from them and just sample things. So, for example, this piece right here is along this border. And this piece is this, turned upside down. Now, I'm not going to continue to just go through piece by piece, but it'll give you an idea on, let's see, nope, it's not those legs. But the legs come like that. And then you just can stick them under there. Or if they're joined like this, which I'll show you in another piece, you can separate them if you want to do something different with them. Let's see. On here, this piece right here, I cut it and I put it right there. And I think that's about it. But you can see the number of pieces that you get. There's like 5 sheets in a lot of these, plus you get paper. And so this is actually a paper that I got. I don't have a picture of it, but there's also sheets of paper that you get. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else here. I don't see anything right there. Here's those legs right there. So I cut them there. And the arms, I think here's the arms too, right there and right there. And then this is some of the paper that comes with any kit. I think there's like 4 or 5 sheets. And I really like the paper that comes with it. Even if I don't use it as a background, I will cut it up and use elements of it. Like this was a paper, and I just cut it into a strip because I wanted some blue there. Okay, so that's the basics. That's how I get a lot of my elements. I do cut from magazines as well. But let me show you some bodies too, potential bodies that you could use. Put that over there. So here's one that's like the oil of Olay bottle. It's just a little bit smaller. That would be good. And then here's another one that would be great. If you saw my Instagram, you saw where I used one of these. I used two of these actually for a collage piece. This one I think is going to be great. Working on the idea on how I'm going to incorporate this, but I'm going to put something on that. And then a wine bottle. And in just a moment I'm going to show you, I'm working on a piece now with the wine bottle. So, what I did was get the oil of Olay bottle and cut that out. And then I started auditioning legs. And then arms, and then the head. And I knew I wanted a big head, a larger head. I find that if you go to extremes, either smaller, taller, long, bigger, than the body, I don't know, it just makes it look quirky, and I'm really usually happier with those things when I do it that way. So I cut the head out in this shape, and then I wanted it to have kind of a hat. So I just got some flowers that I had in my stash from Real Simple. I pulled it out and cut that to the half of the head. And then here I just wanted to have a little bit of a border. So I took some of the border pieces, and I just cut them up till I found one that, that I liked. So here's one. And you could trim them down, and I just found a couple that I liked and put those down. The border pieces are great because you can use them in a lot of different ways, and just tuck them and put them wherever you need them. So then I had, for the eyes, I wanted something that really stood out. And so I had this sticker sheet that I used, and of course they're gone now, and I thought, oh, that'd be perfect for the eyes, because I wanted something that would be flowery. So I just laid down till I found one that I liked and put that down there. And then I had this of mustaches, because I was thinking it needed something, and I auditioned several little mustaches to see which ones I would like. And I was actually going with this one at first, and then I changed my mind and went ahead with one like this. And it just adds a little something. So this character is neither male or female because it's a combination of both. I just call it a character, and it's quirky. So that's it. Once you get your pieces glued down, again, I enhanced my color with the Prisma pencils. And then I just started adding little collage pieces here and there just to make it complete. There's no rhyme or reason, and because these don't really do anything, they're just little pieces that I added. This balloon, I knew I wanted it to look like this little guy was soaring, which is the word, and so I found these balloons in a magazine, and I just cut them out, and then I had this character in my stash that I cut out and just had him hanging from there. The word soar are stickers, and they looked a little lonely just hanging up there by themselves. So I had some gray paper in my stash. It was just a small piece actually. So I keep these in a little drawer and pull from them if I need just a little something. So I just cut those into banners and stuck them on either side just to set that off. Okay, so that's pretty much how he came together. I had my background paper, and then I had my body image, and I went from there. And you could start anywhere. If you had a head that you liked and you wanted to build from there, do that too. It'll work. So here's the one I'm working on now, and this is the wine bottle that I showed you earlier. So here's the wine bottle right there. So here's how it started, the wine bottle like this, and then I cut it out, and that was my beginning point. I also, if you follow my Pinterest board, you will see a lot of quirky images, and sometimes I save images because there's an element that I like. Now, there's some women that I have on my board that have really long necks, and here's an example of one. It's maybe not necessarily her face or that I'm even going to use this in my journal, but I like her long neck. So like in this case, I used something very similar because it had a long neck and it fit over that wine bottle perfectly. And you could, you know, if you just want, you could chop off, start there, chop off her hat. Just cut it off there and follow her neck. And then you have the basis of the face to start. So that's how I did this. And then I started building the layers. So again, with the eyes, if you have the collage sheet, it makes it super simple. So I go to my faces right here, and I can audition a bunch of eyes. So I was looking, see you see how it changes it completely? And there's so many different ones on these collage sheets that you can use. Here's another one. And any of them I think would look great. The hard part is deciding, and pretty soon you just have to do it and go. Okay, so that's how I did. I started with the eyes. I started enhancing the color, and then in the collage sheet there's some pieces that are like this. And I decided I wanted to put something right down here on the neck. It looked fine when it came to the bottle, but I wanted just something to set it off. So this was one long piece. This is the other part of that piece. So I put it there and cut it off, and the same thing with this. And what I decided was these would be great kind of wings. Everybody does butterfly wings, and I started that too when I first put this together. And then I thought these would be great, these will be great wings. First I was going to put them on top of her head and decided, nope, they're going to be perfect wings. This was one crown that I had that was like that. It was on one of my images, and I had two of them. So I cut them out and just stuck them on her head together because I wanted her to have a little bit more. These are from, I don't have a full sheet of the pictures, but this is from that collage kit, one of the collage kits. This is a full sheet, but you see how I cut these into banners and used them. And then this is just washi tape. And again, I started with the borders around here. Now this is not done. I still have some more that I need to do on this. This was a piece that came off the collage sheet right here. This came from maybe Paper Source Catalog. I'd had that. And then this again is the collage sheet, and I just cut it out and put it down. This was the set of legs that I showed you were together, and you can cut them apart. Let's see if I can show you where they were here. Oh, this piece right here, this is that. So I just cut it out and put it down. And here's those legs. And so all I did was cut them apart and I crossed them. So you can see the versatility of having these. You can do a lot of different things with them. You can tell I'm a fan, I think. Let's see. And the wine glass was something that I had in my stash. So I've got some plans for that. Let's see, I auditioned the arms, and that's pretty much it. One thing I'm going to suggest to you is when you start building your pages and cutting out your elements and you find things that you like, keep something by your side to put them in. Because these pieces are tiny, and if your desk is like mine, they get lost easily. So just have something you can keep them in so that when you're working on your piece, you can just dig through here and find the one that you want. So I'm going to show you one other way you can actually build a collage. We'll just do it on this sheet. I think you should be able to see. So when I was getting ready for the video, I had the flowers that I cut out. I had this sitting on my desk, and there was a flower in here, and I thought, you know, that might make a really cool body. You don't always have to have something like a bottle or the Oil of Olay bottle. You might be able to use something else that's different. So I thought, we'll just build this quickly together. So here's that flower, and I cut it out, and I just cut it in half so I had just a straight edge. And then I thought, wouldn't it be cute if I used the stem for the neck? So there's the stem, and this would be something that would work well in your traveler's notebook because it's smaller in size. And then I went to my faces, and I, have a couple different faces that I could use. So let's just say we use this face. We'll try that one in Audition. And here's a pair of eyes. And it's okay if they extend past. If you want to use different ones, you could do that. Let's grab another pair of eyes just so you can see the difference. Here's another set. So there's another set of eyes that match more the width of the face, like that. And then let's audition some legs. So here's those ones that I used in this girl. And I just tuck them under there, and you can decide how tall or long you want her to be. You can see mine are quite short here. And you just cut them off if you want them to be shorter. I think we'll make her a long-legged girl, like that. Or if we want to try different legs, there's a whole bunch to pick from, so here's another little set. And you can kind of kick her up like that if you want, or however. Sort of like when we played with paper dolls when we were kids. I think I like these eyes. We'll put that on there for a future one. And you might decide she needs a hat or something. There's some hats in here. You can make anything a hat. And so let's just say we're going to give her a hat, like that. And there's your start of your collage. So you have, just a whole bunch of different ways you can do things. And it's really just playing and finding something that you like. There's no right or wrong. I like using these elements to frame in, Tisha Moore taught me this, to frame in your image. So in whether you're working like I have here, or like I did on this one, I've got it here and here. Only because I put washi tape on this side, I didn't do it. That's definitely something that's really helpful. And these pieces are all available, in your collage sheet. So down here and here, and you can just cut them to whatever length that you need. So you can see how that comes together. You find your background paper that you like and go from there. You can use one from the kit, or you can use a newspaper or scrapbook paper, anything you like. So I hope that was helpful for you and gave you an idea on how really easy this is. It's just putting bits and pieces together and playing. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll leave links to the shop where I got these collage sheets. They're not expensive at all for what you get. And they're downloadable, so you can just print them on your printer. Super fun. I think you'll have a ball playing with them. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.